main common tendency we're going to be talking about here is for the individual that likes to speed up at the wrong time. Just keep in mind that anytime you speed up, you have to win the dink and exchange first, and win the exchange usually like results in you hitting push dinks or you creating some sort of offense with looking to do more with your dink, and that forces your opponent to lift it up, and then that gives you a ball to work with. So know that you cannot speed up unless you've won the dink and exchange or unless you have some sort of gain in that setting. Secondly, keep in mind that when you speed up, there's various ways to speed up. There's the 80% speed up for the individual, or there's the 80% speed up for your opponent that maybe hits like a lot of out balls, and so it makes sense to want to speed up at a very high pace. And then also too, there is the speed up that's a bit more calculated, well placed, better location, and that usually results in a 1-2 combo. Plain and simple. Make sure that when you're speeding up that you're not in the realm of premature ejaculation. Make sure it's calculated. Make sure you've won the dink and exchange. But there's value in understanding that when you speed up, you have to have your slide. You have to be stable. You have to be in the correct location of the court, and the ball has to be in yellow. So think about just any time you want to create any sort of offense, whether it's a push dink, it's a speed up, maybe it's a drive at the baseline, you have to be able to tick all those boxes. Being stable, being in the correct location, and being in yellow.
To me, guys, with speeding up, the key word for me, kind of what helps my mind, is earn. You have to earn the right to speed up. So it's not just going to be handed to you on a silver platter most of the time. You usually earn it by, like Tyson talked about, maybe dinking a little bit more aggressively, moving your opponent rather than having your opponent moving you. And then the other thing that helps me is just realizing or thinking about it in the context of speeding up as an offensive play. So I need to be in an offensive position to be able to do that. If I'm in a defensive position and I'm trying to think offense, I'm probably cutting corners. So we want to be disciplined about when we pull the trigger, and then we'll kind of help you add some of that variety in how we make our attacks a little bit more effective.
Think about this too. Think about being more alert and being more eager for your recounter. I think that will take a little pressure off your speed up. If you don't trust your recounter, you're probably going to put too much emphasis or too much effort into your speed up. So think about using a combo or using like a little 1-2 combo, but plain and simple, be really eager and hungry for that recounter, and I guarantee it's going to give yourself a lot more confidence when you look to speed up. Drill here is going to be I'm acting as a student, Coach Kyle is acting as a teacher. With him acting as a teacher, he can be punching back, he can be blocking back, or he could be counter getting out of the way. Plain and simple, he's working on his counter ability, I'm working on speeding up. This is a great drill for me because I'm gonna be in a very controlled spot here. I'm gonna be dropping for myself, and then when I drop for myself, I'm gonna wait, keyword being wait, I'm gonna wait for the ball to get to the apex, and I'm going to speed up. I'm going to speed up, let's say 5 to 10 times on my forehand side, and then 5 to 10 times on my backhand side. I like going the route of being stationary and feeding for yourself, especially for this topic. I can work on my technique, I can work on the waiting game, and I can really let the ball sit up and find that apex. Okay, ready here? So going 5 on the forehand. Okay, yeah, he can punch, he can block, and do whatever he wants there. Okay, okay, good. Ready here. Again, feeding for myself, waiting for the apex, feeding for myself, waiting for the apex. And then also too, not only am I working on making contact on the apex, but I'm working on placing my speed up, not giving it away, right? Making sure I'm not taking the paddle back very far, keeping it inside a peripheral, but I'm moving my locations around. Maybe I go, I aim to zone 1, or I aim to zone 4. Plain and simple, I'm trying to think outside his body, either zone 4 or zone 1 in here. Okay, I would say most people punch very well in zone 2 and zone 3. Okay, ready? Nice. Okay, very good. And I'm working on holding, trying to disguise, trying to hold. Very good. Good, yeah, good. Yes, good. Yeah, exactly right, because it makes you like stay home.
Yeah, for sure. The other option too, guys, play around. This is one time, if you're in the counterpunching role, you can play around with your court positioning a little bit here. Basically the situation we're simulating is that I just hit a floaty lift dink for Tyson. Yes, I can stay right on the line, but if I know he's about to attack me, I can play around with being in this short transition area, just one step back. That'll give me a little bit more time to set up for my counterattack, or more time to see a block or potentially get out of the way as well. So play around with that, see what works for you and makes sense for you in your reactionary time.
Okay, I'm going backhand now, here we go. Nice, good, here we go. Okay, I was purposely trying to go out there, give him a little pace. Okay, here we go. Sorry. Yeah, here we go, ready? I'm holding. Nice, good. Holding. Sorry, here we go. Okay, also too, as you notice, if I speed up, I mean, it's a bit more grip dependent, but if I speed up in zone 2 or in zone 3, the speed up is usually with my backhand. Why? Because come match time, it's a hell of a lot easier to speed up from here and then cover all this area from zone 1 all the way to zone 3 with your backhand. Then again, I said it was grip dependent. If you're in this grip, it would make sense to want to hit a forehand dink in zone 2 and 3. Why? Because you can defend a lot easier from 9 o'clock all the way to 3 o'clock with this full Western grip. Ready here? Nice, good. Here we go. And good. I like it. Okay, guys, next thing here. So I'm acting as a teacher. Coach Kyle is acting as a student. My job is just to be cooperative here, work on my countering skills. Kyle's job is to be working on taking a step back, and he's gonna build it up by taking a few dinks as he takes a step back, and then he's gonna turn that same step back dink into a speed up. Keep in mind that I said build. Those first 2 dinks are building dinks, meaning that's going to help disguise his third ball speed up. Okay, so he's working on taking a step back with either his right foot or his left foot, and he's taking a step back. Why? Because the last thing he wants to do is to be chasing or digging for trash in here and to be overextended, because we all know that this usually results in popping a ball up. So he's going to find better offense in a higher location by taking a step back and letting the ball sit up a little higher.
Yeah, it increases this spacing, right? If I never moved my feet and the ball sat up for me, if the apex is in here near my hip, for me to speed this ball up, I've got to be falling backwards, which means I'm not ready for the counter. But if I can get that leg back early, now when I speed up, my weight's coming forward and I'm ready to clean up that second one.
I think Kyle told me this. It's nearly impossible to speed up off the bounce if you don't take a step back. It's nearly impossible, okay? So you take a look at the waters, you take a look at people who speed up off the bounce pretty well. Usually they're not a leech on the kitchen line. Usually they've given themselves a little cushion, given themselves a little space, okay? Rock and roll. So one dink, take a step back, and pretty good. Again. So I'm just being cooperative here. I can dink to either foot. He has to make the adjustment. If it's on his left foot, he's opening up his left foot. If it's on his right foot, he's opening up his right foot. Okay, ready here? But let's go 2 to 3 dinks and then 1 speed up, okay? Good. Okay, here we go again. Take a step back, good. Take a step back, good. Now, if I were to volley short, he does not have to take a step back, okay? This is a drill where the teacher is aiming a little deeper in the kitchen, not hitting like full pressurized dinks, but getting a bit more on it, which forces this person to have to take a step back.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's just getting comfortable with that body movement, because if we never ever take a step back when we're dinking, and the only time we do it is when we're going to attack, obviously they're going to know it's coming. So this is a little bit of a way of hiding our tell that if we take a step back, that speed up may be coming. So just know that you can absolutely, under control, take that step back and still dink very consistently.
Yeah, and Kyle, show us what not to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ready here? This is what not to do. Okay, that is called trying to be the hero. When you try to be the hero, usually you are not ready for your re-counter, because you usually just run away. Okay, here we go, ready? Okay, take a step back, good. Take a step back, good. Take a step back, pretty good, good, I like it, I like it, I like it. Again, again, again. Okay, push him back, good. Yeah, I like it, I like it, I like it. Okay, but do know that this drill only works if the teacher is cooperative, okay? Again, 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 Kyle's still working on a step back. There's 1, 2, 3, good, I like it, I like it, I like it.
So next drill we're gonna work on, guys, is gonna be finding some offense, but out of the air. So I'm gonna be the teacher, Tyson's gonna be the student. I'm gonna be dinking slightly more aggressively towards him, trying to put it in that pocket where he has to make the decision between the volley dink, leaning in, and where I give him just enough where he can go ahead and attack that.
Okay, ready here. I'm working on leaning, getting comfortable with this lean. Lull Kyle to sleep a little bit. Very good, very good. Dink, dink, dink.
Notice how visually, how similar it looks between the volley dink and the attack. It's very tough for me to know when it's coming. There's not a big take back for the swing. Visually, it looks almost identical. Very difficult for me to know which type of shot Tyson's gonna use here.
And I would say that when I take it out of the air, I would say it's more calculated. I'm not doing as much here. I'm not trying to put a bullet through him. I'm not trying to really hit out. So if I want to disguise it and kind of have that like surprise element, it would make sense that out of the air, this dink looks identical to that. So my speed up is maybe it's a backhand roll, maybe it's a forehand roll, or maybe it's just a little poke or a push. Plain and simple, I want to focus on keeping my hand positioning still and not overdoing it. So I would say if you're going to speed up out of the air, calculated speed up kind of at that 30 to 40% range as far as pace.
Kind of an interesting observation, Tyson, because one thing that we talk about is off the bounce attacks, not having them be a one-shot wonder, where we have to finish the point right there. What I'm hearing you say is a lot of times, even if it's an out-of-the-air attack, you're still thinking that 1-2 combo. So it's still kind of a setup for your next shot, even though this is coming off of a pop-up or a mistake from opponents. Still, he's not so eager to think, I have to finish this. He's saying, I'm gonna poke it at them and put himself in a strong offensive point for the rest of the point.
Yeah. If it's in yellow, right? If it's up in green, I'm definitely hitting the whole ball. Nice. Sorry here. Nice. Go ahead, there you go, good, yeah. Good, yeah. And also too, I haven't taken a forehand volley because from zone 4 only to zone 1, I can pretty much take everything out of the air with a backhand. It's easier for me on the backhand side from here than it is to try to open it up on the forehand side. And with me leaning in and trying to speed up, I would assume that this is gonna come back pretty quick. So it would make sense for me to try to speed up with a forehand in here and then now get stuck where I have to move to my non-dominant side to find space. Plain and simple, I'm much more efficient holding my speed up and then looking to recover better off of my speed up with the backhand side. Okay, ready here? Building, trying to hold it. Nice, good. Build. Good, I like it. Okay, next drill here is gonna be dink attack block. I would say this is probably higher skill set drill, but keep in mind that we're both being very cooperative. We're both making each other better here, but it is starting out with a dink, and then a speed up, and then a block, and then we are changing roles off of that, okay? I would say that when you speed up, in order to really make this work, it would make sense to speed up off the bounce. So this is a great drill for the person speeding up to work on that little step back speed up. Just know that when you look to take a step back, you have to be stable in the correct location, and the ball has to be in yellow. Plain and simple. Focus on finding your balance off of that back foot. Okay. Ready here? So we'll dink, speed up, block, dink, speed up, block, dink, speed up, block, and I would say you may even want to give yourself a bit more time and take a step off the kitchen line here, just to kind of give yourself a bit more space. Nice. We usually don't look this good. Nice. Okay, so if this is too easy, we can speed it up a little bit. Okay. Dink, attack, block. Okay. Speed up. Nice. Good. Speed up. Good. Okay. Sorry, here. Yeah, nice, I like it. Okay guys, game here is gonna be, I am feeding a speed up in a disguise fashion. Coach Kyle here is working on his countering ability. Obviously, if he sees me, or if he sees where I'm going, maybe it's zone 1, zone 2, zone 3, zone 4. Plain and simple, if he sees me coming, or if he understands where the location's gonna be, he's gonna punch back. Plain and simple, if he's comfortable, if he has any sort of slight tell on where the ball is gonna come, he's gonna punch back and make me pay. Times on when he'd block back, maybe he doesn't see the speed up, maybe I disguise it well, maybe I find a location that forces him to feel uncomfortable, or maybe force him to feel vulnerable. Plain and simple, any of those things, he should always look to block back. And then also too, he should consider, when I speed up, is the speed up going long? Is there lots of spin on it? Am I hitting it flat? Am I hitting it at a high pace or hitting it at a lower pace? Plain and simple, he's looking to address and assess off of my speed up, okay? Rock and roll here, okay? I'm gonna do 2 on my forehand, 2 on my backhand, play it out, points live. Okay, ready here, again. Okay, yeah. Actually, this is good for me to work on holding.
Yeah, it's tough for me to react.
Ready here? Yeah. Okay, 2-0. Good, ready? 3. Yeah, no, it's tough, for sure.
So guys, as the counter attacker, you have some options here, and I would say base this a little bit on your strength and your identity as a player. If you've got really fast hands and shorter, compact strokes, you probably want to be more right on that line if you feel like you can handle the pace. If your swings have a little bit more backswing to them, maybe if you use a 2-handed backhand, you've got more on your counterpunch, you might benefit from getting back in this short transition zone to give yourself a little bit more time for not just the counterpunch, but to be able to see if the ball's going out or to set up for your block. So I'm a fan of this little area here, but play around with which spot makes the most sense to you when you're counterpunching.
Something I notice is anytime that I'm comfortable with my opponent head to head, I usually don't take a step back. When I'm not as comfortable, I usually take a step back. One thing I've noticed is that my tracking ability is not as fine-tuned when I'm up and I'm leaning over the kitchen and I'm ready and I'm eager to punch, versus when I take a step back, I can see the ball a little longer. I can also add in the block. Plain and simple, it's easier to gauge ball trajectory. It's easier to gauge out balls by taking a little step back. Something that we kind of use at the pro level, if you find that your opponent never leaves the kitchen line, you should aim a little higher at a very high pace. Why? Because that same individual usually takes the bait on out balls, okay? It kind of goes hand in hand. Here we go. So Kyle's gonna take a little step back. Score is 3-0 here. Sorry. God, getting the amp going, baby. 4. Now, so I did 2 on the backhand side, now 2 on the forehand here. 4-0. You're fine. 4-1. Okay, 4-2. Okay, backhand, same thing. 4-2. Ready here, and 5-2. Okay, play the point out. Point's live. It's live, it is live. So next little game series here. Game's gonna be, one side's gonna be attacking, other side's gonna be counterattacking. There's no participation awards, meaning dinks have to land in the kitchen. I'm gonna be the attacking side first. Coach Kyle's gonna be the counterattacking side. We're gonna play 2 points, 2 turns, 2 points, 2 turns as an attacker, 2 turns, 2 points as a counterattacker, and then we are changing roles. It's gonna look just like this. Rally scoring, Since it is half court, up the line. If you let it go long, you get a bonus point. If you let it go wide, you do not. Ready here. Dinks have to be made. I can speed up out of the air. I can speed up off the bounce. I can do whatever I want. Coach Kyle here is just kind of waiting for my speed up.
After he does speed up though, then it's live and I can bring some aggression as well. But I have to wait for that first one.
Okay, here we go. Sorry, as you were talking. 1. Okay, waiting for a ball that I can work with here. Kyle's not giving me a whole lot. Jeez. Sorry.
No, good ball.
Fault.
0-2. My turn to speed up?
Yeah. 0-2. You can take my head off, feel free.
So I'm waiting for the right ball, thinking about what spot might be vulnerable on his body, and keeping it as disguised as possible.
Score is 2-1. 2-1. He's got one more speed up. Yeah, pretty. Score is 2-2. 2-2. Changing roles. Yep. Score is 2-3. I've got to make my dink. I got one turn left. Yeah, pretty. Score is 2-4. We'll go one more. Game to 7 here. 2-4. Coach Kyle is now feeding a speed up. Okay, point is live. I just blocked. So in that sort of scenario there, he sped up, I blocked, turns the point live.
And dinks no longer have to land in the kitchen after it's live. So you're using the full half at that point after that first speed up has been attempted.
Yeah, I would say both of us have gotten tremendously better with this game. It's great that the situation on the attacking side, you get to work on your speed ups, get to work on hitting push dinks, pushing them around, finding a ball that is popped up a little higher, and then also too on the countering side, it's nice to like really only have to focus on lifting dinks, buying yourself time, and then working on either punching, blocking, or getting out of the way.